craft for you today. Today we are going to do a little bit of napkin word art on wood. This is a really neat three-dimensional piece of wood. It's not flat. It's got, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 inch or so it sets up. And except not on my fabric. There, it sets up. And so I want to show you how you can decorate it. A neat little trick. Now we Mod Podge all the time, right? And we just put the glue on. We get a napkin. We take just 1 ply and we put it on there. But have you ever tried to do it on wood, on something that's spelling a word, love, or a funky shape? Then you put it on there and then you take sandpaper and you sand to get it off. Well, this would be a little intricate, wouldn't it? You'd have to get like really into the nooks and crannies. Well, there's a way that's new to me. I don't know how long it's been out. Using fire. So we're gonna give that a go. I did it with this one, so I know it works. I have a spray bottle just in case something goes wonky. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna paint your wood with Mod Podge and place your napkin on there, trim off the excess, and then we're going to poke a little hole in the heart so that it's got more space, and then we're just gonna light it with this lighter. So let's see how that works. First, I'm gonna take my napkin, it's already 1 ply, and I'm gonna figure out where I wanna put my decoration. They happen to be gnomes. And I'm just gonna trim it down because there's no sense in having this big whole napkin for this word. It's not big enough to use my whole napkin, so I'm gonna trim it before I Mod Podge it on. So I'm using the word as a template on what size I want. I'm just cutting the excess off. And then I'm gonna glue it on. I may even cut some more of that excess off. We'll see. So I got some Mod Podge over here. And I'm just gonna paint it on. And I'm gonna paint liberally. I'm not just gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna get a good amount on there. If it spills over, I don't care because it'll dry clear. So I'm putting a good amount on here. I don't want it to dry on me. So the trick is you are going to light this on fire while it's still wet. And that way the fire stops at the wood because it's wet. So you don't let it dry first. And here we go. Now I'm going to place my napkin on it and smooth it out. Now, some people take a little bit of cellophane to smooth out your Mod Podge napkins. However you're used to doing it, that's absolutely a great way. I've done it many times. I am just using my finger today because my napkin has this neat pattern in it. One, it's gnomes, and you're not going to be able to tell that when we burn this off. But it's got little lines through the whole napkin, so you are not going to be able to see if I have wrinkles. So I am Mod Podged on there. I'm going to turn it upside down so I can see the back. I'm gonna cut off some of this extra. And I'm gonna poke a hole in my love, in my V, in my O heart, because I don't need all that extra. And I think I'm gonna just cut like a slit by the V. All right. Now, let's see if I can get this lighter to turn on. And we will start on one side. Again, I have a water bottle in case things get crazy. Let's see if I can get this flame to light. Yep. And look! Isn't that awesome? It's working great. It stopped right at the E. So I'm gonna go over here, do the same thing. See? Awesome. I got a little bit of ash, no big deal. It's stopping right at the letters. So I am just moving. I'm gonna put a little bit in the middle of my O. And so I'm just trimming up. If you notice, I'm going from the back so you can see. And I'm just going into my little holes that are left. Here's one. I'm just blowing the little embers a little bit so that, I don't know, so they go out. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I'm not great with this lighter. Let's get this little bit on my V. Awesome, I think I just have a little bit of E left. So I'm gonna poke a little hole in there. So maybe it'll not flame up too big. Ugh. How awesome is this? Now, I don't know if you've ever Mod Podged the old way, that with the sandpaper that I was explaining, but I have, and it's very time consuming. And this, look at it. It looks great. It looks great. Now, I have a toothpick, and so there's a little hole up here between the V and the heart. So I'm just gonna poke that out. Where is that? I'm gonna go from the back so I can see it. There it is. You can't really tell with my napkin where that is. And then I am taking my toothpick and going on the edge of my letters. I still have some glue on there. Just to clean it up a little bit. Or you can take your finger. It works the same way. It did not burn the front. This is what the napkin looks like. It's got purple. Very cool. Got a little bit of extra fabric, extra napkin here. I'm gonna smooth out. That's it. See, I told you it'd work. Oops, I forgot right here under the L. So you just smooth out your little edges with your finger or with a toothpick, and you're good to go. And then I am gonna put another little layer on top, just to seal the front. Now, I don't know, again, how much use you have, how much practice you've had with Mod Podge, but you do not have to put this extra on top. but this happens to be a gloss Mod Podge. And I am going to see if I can get a little bit of a gloss finish. But if you notice, I'm going really lightly this time. I want to not rip my napkin. So, after I add that on, I'm going to see what I did with my toothpick. And I want to make sure my corners are super good in my letters. I want it sharp. Just pushing my corners. And that's it. That's it. That's how you do it. Amazing. You can put anything on there, any kind of words. Here's 2 earth tones, brighter colors, and that's it. Awesome. I did not put a top coat on this one. So maybe when it dries, we'll figure out which one I like best, but I think it's basically the same. And that's it. Thanks for joining me. I hope you loved it as much as me. I hope you give it a try. Make sure you have a spray bottle of water just in case things get crazy. And that's it. Have fun. Join me next time. Bye.